Good evening, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday virtual pub quiz with NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. My name is Meredith. I'm going to be your host tonight. Hope you're doing well out there. Thank you so much for joining us on this final day of July. We're going to get this game started in a few short minutes. Get signed up for the quiz by coming to this website. It is a fully interactive virtual answer sheet, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. That's the place to come. Once you get there, you're going to notice we're looking for a few basic sign-up details from you, which includes a team name, an email address, and then you're going to find a drop-down menu that asks you, are you in the league? Are you not in the league? Whatever your league status may be, we welcome you to play with us here tonight. So select the one that applies to you. You can play super cash here tonight, or you can play super competitively. This evening, we're going to be playing 4 rounds of trivia. Our first 3 topics are question and answer style rounds, and our fourth and final theme of the evening is going to be a picture round. So that, of course, means that the majority of the quiz are those question and answer style rounds. And here's how that is going to flow for us. I will ask a question out loud for you to hear. As I ask it, it will populate directly on your virtual answer sheet at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com, meaning you will be able to see the question that I have just asked. Some of those questions may have multiple choice options, but the vast majority, if not all of the questions here tonight, are going to be short answer in their structure. Your goal is to enter in the response that you believe to be correct and click the button that says submit answers before your 20-second countdown timer expires. Always, always click submit answers before the timer expires so that we receive your response. In the event that you spell something incorrect, don't sweat it. I am able to see what you put as your answers, and I'll do my very best to make sure that if you deserve to get a point, you get that point. Let's say you put in a response and then you change your mind and you still have some time left on that timer. Please feel free to update your response with your new correct answer, I hope. And just make sure that you click submit answers before it's too late. If you're just joining us, hello, welcome. I'm Meredith. I'm going to be your trivia host this evening. Get signed up for tonight's game by coming to quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. Enter in a team name and email address. Then let us know whether you are or are not a part of the league. Season 59 of NYC Trivia League is in full swing. This is week 6, and you can see right here that after 5 weeks of our virtual quiz, these are our top teams who are signed up for the league. We've got 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks in that top spot. And we've got a tie for 9th place. So no one's in 10th, not really. Chi-Chi's Forever and Swearwolves pulling up that 9th spot. If you want to see how your team is doing, if you don't see yourself here, or just want to compare things, head on over to nyctrivialeague.com/standings for a full listing here tonight. If you're just joining us, now is an excellent time to get signed up for tonight's game, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. That is the place to come to get your fully interactive answer sheet. After we get through our first 3 rounds of the game, which are question and answer style rounds, we're going to move on to our fourth and final theme of the evening, which is a picture round. The picture round is structured differently than our first 3 categories of the night. I'll explain it in detail when we get to that point of the evening. No need to talk about it now. More to come about that picture round. We're going to get into our first round in just a moment here. Before that, I do have 2 simple rules that I kindly ask you all abide by here tonight. Rule number 1, the most important rule of trivia: there's no cheating in trivia. Please do not look the answers up. I know you can do that. You know you can do that. It defeats the purpose and the good nature of all of you who are playing here today. So, be cool. Don't cheat. Rule 2, don't give away the answers in the chat. They kind of go together. It's like cheating for other people by giving away the answers. So thank you for following those two simple rules. We're going to get into round number one in just a moment. This is the website to come to get your answer sheet, quiz.nyctrivialeague.com. And it is your last opportunity to get signed up before round number one. And you will be competing against these 45 teams here tonight. From our first team to get signed up, we've got Shanadian, down to our most recent team to join us, the Ghost Cat. Welcome to those two teams and every team in between. Best of luck on tonight's quiz. Let's do it, everybody. Round number one this evening is in the category of gene pool. Gene and pool. Keywords in this round, meaning the word gene or pool will show up in either the question or the answer. Let's do it. Here's number one. The movie Deadpool and Wolverine sees the return of Hugh Jackman in a role that he last played in what 2017 movie, which acted as a send-off for his character? That 2017 send-off for Hugh Jackman's Wolverine character is called Logan. Logan, a wonderful movie. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. 71% of you got that first one right. An excellent start to the game. Here is question number two. In genetics, the four chemical bases that make up DNA are adenine, thymine, guanine, and what nucleobase represented by the letter C? That C stands for cytosine, adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. A bit tougher than our first one, but 57% of you still pulling off a correct answer there. Well done. On to question number three. In a courtroom, a veneer is the pool from which what body is drawn? A veneer is the pool from which the body of jurors is selected. The jury pool, aka veneer, apparently. Question number four. Fond of using sound effects on his Casio keyboard, 11-year-old Gene Belcher is the middle child on what animated TV series? Gene Belcher, the middle child on Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers, your correct answer for number 4. Oh, well done. 86% got that one right. Our 5th question of the night, Gene Pool, the topic. Here's number 5. A whirlpool is a rotating mass of water produced by opposing currents. What V term is used to describe a whirlpool with a downdraft? A whirlpool with a downdraft. Don't get sucked in. It's a vortex. A vortex, your correct response for number 5. On to our 6th question of the night. In genetics, the genotype is the underlying sequence of DNA, while what is the term for the set of observable physical traits? The genotype is the underlying sequence of DNA, while the phenotype is the term for the observable physical traits. Phenotype. Well played there. 82% of you got it right. Our 7th question in round number 1. Carpool Karaoke, the series, is an Apple Music show in which participants sing songs in a car. A 2023 episode featured Renee Elise Goldsberry, Busy Phillips, Sarah Bareilles, and Paula Pell, the stars of what comedy series about a 90s girl group? Renee Elise Goldsberry, Busy Phillips, Sarah Bareilles, and Paula Pell play a former girl group that gets back together on Girls Five Eva is your correct response. 58% of you got that one right. And did you know that Renee Elise Goldsberry played Nala in The Lion King on Broadway? That is right. You have just been Lion King. It happened, as it will every single game you play with us in season 59. The Lion King will come up in some way, shape, or form. Our next question in this round, number 8. What crescent-shaped lake that straddles Switzerland and France and is home and is known as Lac Léman to locals has the largest area of any alpine lake in Europe? The gene in this question comes in the form of Lake Geneva as your answer. Lake Geneva is the largest alpine lake in Europe. Our penultimate question of round number one: what Wonder Woman actor made his feature film directorial debut with the 2024 movie Pool Man? The 2024 movie Pool Man, directed by and stars Chris Pine, is your correct answer. Chris Pine. And our final question in this gene pool round, here it is, number 10. In 2019, what comedian gave her son the first name Gene and the middle name Attell in honor of comedian Dave Attell, only to realize that it unintentionally sounded like a reference to the nether regions? They have since changed Gene Attell's middle name. It's the son of Amy Schumer. Amy Schumer, your correct response for number 10. That does bring us to the end of round number one. Let's check in with our standings for our top teams, see how it's going thus far. Quite a few teams acing that first round. Let's check in with these 10 for 10s. Tied for first, obviously, perfect scores. Platinum Stance, Chi-Chi's Forever, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, the question marks, Team 578 and Team 578. The Helsinki Syndrome, the Rubber Yolks, We Drink and We Know Things, 12 and 69. Fur plus Ver, Michetti, team name the Quislamic State, and why not Zoidberg? Great first round to all of those teams. If you don't have a perfect score, don't worry. There's so much game left to go. We're going to dive into round number two in just a moment. Did you know that we do private events in addition to running events nightly around New York City and virtually most weeks here on Wednesdays? We also are happy to come into your office to run a private event, or perhaps you have a special gathering coming up like a birthday party. We'd love to be a part of it, help make it extra special. We can customize the content to your liking. We've got all kinds of games that we offer, and you can reach out to me, Meredith, at nyctrivialeague.com. I will help you put something together that is the perfect fit for you. Can't wait to hear from you. Always love working with people who play the virtual quiz. You all are the best. Let's get into our second round of the night, round two. It's in the category of Halls of Fame. We're talking Halls of Fame. Here is question number one. John Lloyd Wright was inducted into the Toy Industry Hall of Fame in 2023 as the inventor of what toy, named for a U.S. president who had a personal connection to what the toy is meant to create? John Lloyd Wright, yes, the son of Frank Lloyd Wright, inducted into the Toy Hall of Fame for creating Lincoln Logs. Lincoln Logs, your correct answer for number one. Pretty good start with 55% of you getting that one right. On to our next question in this round. Question number two. The Mascot Hall of Fame and Interactive Children's Museum was founded by David Raymond, who was the first person to represent what MLB mascot that is described as a large, furry, green, flightless bird with an extendable tongue. Name that mascot. The founder of the Mascot Hall of Fame was a mascot himself, portraying a furry green flightless bird with an extendable tongue, better known as the Philly Fanatic. Philly Fanatic, your correct answer here. You would not believe how many different spellings you all have sent over, and I'm going to make sure that you all get the point. Okay. Excellent. I think we got them all. Philly Fanatic, how'd you do? 69% of you got it right. On to question number three in this Halls of Fame round. Home to the first rights convention in 1848, the National Women's Hall of Fame can be found in what town in New York State with a population of around 9,000 people? The National Women's Hall of Fame, located in Seneca Falls, New York. Seneca Falls, your correct response for number three. On to our fourth question in this round. Seneca Falls, a little bit on the tough side, but 41% of you got it right. Here's number four. Part of the 1990 inaugural class to the United States Astronaut Hall of Fame was what member of the Mercury 7 who is credited as being the first American in space? The first American in space. It's Alan Shepard. Alan Shepard, your correct response for number four. How'd you do? Let's find out. 31% of you got it right. It was tough. A lot of you going with John Glenn, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin. Question 5. Fill in the blank. Paul Morphy, Boris Spassky, and Gary Kasparov are all members of the World Blank Hall of Fame. They are all in the World Chess Hall of Fame. Chess, your correct response for number 5. Question number 6. Recent inductees to the Robot Hall of Fame were Crow T. Robot and Tom Servo, who were both characters on what Joel Hodgson created television series? So much creativity in the way you entered in your responses for this one. Those robots, Crow T. Robot and Tom Servo, both from Mystery Science Theater 3000, MST3K. You did well there. 60% of you got it right. Question number 7. Known as the Poker Brat because of his reaction to bad beats, what record-holding 17-time World Series of Poker bracelet winner was inducted into the Poker Hall of Fame in 2007? I'm sure we have some competitive poker fans in the crowd here tonight, and others who probably follow me on Instagram and saw that this was my hint of the night. To follow me at Trivia Meredith to get a hint every single time you play. And tonight, you would have known that that answer is Phil Hellmuth. Phil Hellmuth, how'd you do? 65% of you. Well done. Follow me once again at Trivia Meredith is the place to go on Instagram. And my next post for you all is going to be coming up not next week, but the following week. We are taking the week off next week. So August 7th, there's no virtual quiz. The following week, Wednesday, August 14th at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, you'll find us right back here at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com at 8 o'clock. So I hope you join us, and you're going to find a hint on that day, the 14th. Until then, let's continue with tonight's quiz, and we're in round 2. We're talking about Halls of Fame. Here is question number 8. Outranking once ranking as high as the second greatest guitarist of all time, according to Rolling Stone, who is the only person to have been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame on 3 separate occasions, once as a solo artist and twice as a member of a band? The bands are Yardbirds and Cream. The artist, it's Eric Clapton. Eric Clapton, the only person in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame thrice. Question number 9. Alive from 1847 to 1931, what Wizard of Menlo Park became the first inductee into the National Inventors Hall of Fame in 1973? The first person in the National Inventors Hall of Fame, it's Thomas Alva Edison. Edison, your correct response for number 9. And we are on to our final question in round number 2. What NFL team flaunts the most Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees in team history, including George Halas, who owned and coached the team for decades? The team with the most Pro Football Hall of Fame inductees, it's the Bears. The Bears, your correct answer, which of course an oblique reference to a very old Saturday Night Live sketch. Pardon me. How cruel.
It's Saturday Night Live.
You've been SNL'd. The Chicago Bears. We are at the end of round number 2, which means we're halfway through this evening's quiz. Let's check in with our top teams. We've shaken things up. Right now, we've got a tie in second place with 19 points. They didn't have perfect scores this round, but they did only miss 1. The Ghost Cat, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks. The question marks, Nidhogg, the Helsinki Syndrome, We Drink and We Know Things 12 and 69, a team name, the Quizlamic State, and Why Not Zoidberg, which leaves just 1 team in this round with a perfect score. Platinum Stance, 20 for 20. Well played. Exciting game we have going on here. Stick around after tonight's quiz, everybody, because the movie quiz is happening tonight. Head on over to play.themoviequiz.com as soon as we wrap things up here this evening to get signed up for the game. It's a ton of fun. I always like to play whenever I can, so hopefully I can stick around this evening to play the movie quiz. I saw in the chat someone was asking, is the movie quiz coming back next week in our absence? There is no movie quiz next week either, so fully off from our virtual games next week, but I will return once again the following week. It's not too long, everybody. The 14th of August. So do something fun next Wednesday. Do something trivial, I hope. Our third category of the night, so we're talking all about something's fishy. Fish. The theme of this round, there's going to be some kind of fish reference in every question. Let's do it. Round 3, question 1, voiced by Albert Brooks. What is the name of Nemo's father in the Pixar movie Finding Nemo? Even though he's a clownfish, he shares a name with a different species of fish. Albert Brooks voices Nemo's dad. Marlin is his name. Marlin. Question number 2. What American artist with a fishy name has had several paintings on display at the Museum of Modern Art over the years, including Full Fathom 5 and Stenographic Figure? Shout out to the team who put Man Ray. That's a really good guess, like Manta Ray. I'm sorry to say, though, Full Fathom 5 and Stenographic Figure, both by Jackson Pollock. Pollock, a type of fish. Jackson Pollock. Question number 3. Founded in 2004, what tech company that specializes in real estate shares its name with a type of freshwater perch native to Europe and North Asia? Genuinely loving the answers coming in. If you put Zillow, you're not alone. You're like, maybe Zillow's a fish. It could be, or Corcoran. But if you put redfin, that is actually the answer here for number 3. Redfin. Half of you got it, 50%. Question 4. The classic sitcom Gilligan's Island featured several castaways that were shipwrecked while taking a 3-hour tour on a boat with what fishy name? Hey. Look who woke up from his nap to say hello. This is Dante, everyone. It's been a while since he's been here. Your correct answer for number 4, that Gilligan's Island chartered ship, is the SS Minnow. The Minnow, your correct response for number 4. On to our 5th question in round number 3. We're talking about fish. Rochio octofasciata is a Central American species of fish known for its aggressive nature and strong facial features that is commonly known as a Jack Dempsey, named for a world-class athlete in what sport? Anyone else in Queens right now? It just started pouring. Okay, bye, Dante. Putting you down. Jack Dempsey was a famous boxer. Boxing is the sport in question. For number 5, Jack Dempsey fish. Question number 6, as mentioned in the title of a 2007 novel by Paul Torday, a sheik from Yemen seeks to bring what type of fish from Scotland to his home country in an effort to bring fishing to the Middle Eastern deserts? This book by Paul Torday was turned into a movie that starred Ewan McGregor and Emily Blunt. It's called Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Salmon is the type of fish that we were looking for. 50% of you got that one right. On to question number 7. One of the top 20 best-selling albums in the US of all time, the 1994 album Cracked Rear View was the debut studio album of what rock band formed by college classmates Darius Rucker and Mark Bryan? Darius Rucker and Mark Bryan of the band Hootie and the Blowfish is your correct response for number 7. I definitely had this album. On to number 8. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the term for what hairstyle that shares its name with a type of fish was apparently coined and certainly popularized by the Beastie Boys in a 1994 song where they sing number 1 on the side and don't touch the back, number 6 on the top and don't cut it whack, Jack. The Beastie Boys potentially invented the term mullet, a fish and a haircut referenced in their song Mullet Head. On to question number 9. Chatham, Yarmouth, and Provincetown are some of the towns located on what peninsula on the southeastern corner of Massachusetts, named for the large number of a certain species of fish in the area? I think y'all are right. I bet mullets were being spoken of by that term prior to the Beastie Boys song Mullet Head, or Beastie Boys, as Helsinki Syndrome is correcting me. Thank you. Uh, but, the OED thinks that maybe they came up with it. Your correct answer for number 9, it's Cape Cod. Cape Cod, your correct response there. And we've got one more question in this round. If you just put cod for that one, sit tight, correcting it. Now you have a point. Okay, here's number 10. Biologists tend to use the term benthivorous to refer to certain fish like the halibut, haddock, and flounder based on their eating habits. An eating habit more commonly described by what 2-word term? Your correct answer for number 10, halibut, haddock, and flounder are all bottom feeders, bottom feeding. 75% of you got that one right. And that does bring us to the end of round number 3. We've got one more category here this evening. Let's check in with our top teams as we head into the picture round here tonight. We've got a tie in 4th place right now with 28 points each between the Ghost Cat, Moose, and Squirrel. Pieced it together, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks. Nidhogg, the Helsinki Syndrome, We Drink and We Know Things, 12 and 69. And a 3-way tie for the lead. No perfect scores as we head into the final round. 29 out of a possible 30 points. We've got Platinum Stance, the Quizlamic State, and Why Not Zoidberg. The picture round this evening, everybody, is in the category of movie transformations. In this round, you are going to see 10 images of characters from movies who transform from one thing into another. So if you see an image in the round and there's more than one character being depicted in the round, we are looking for the name of the character who has transformed from one thing into another. Once again, name the character. You're going to see 10 images all back to back. Inside of each image is a number from 1 through 10. And underneath those 10 numbered images are 10 numbered blanks. Enter in your responses in the correct numerical order. You've got 5 minutes to work on this round. At the end of the 5 minutes, we'll see how you did and move on to our final question of the evening, the tiebreaker question to close out the game. Let's do it, everybody. Best of luck. On the picture round, name the character. Hey everyone, we're halfway through the picture round. Hope it's going well for you all. Reminder, looking for the name of the transforming character. 2.5 minutes left, then we'll see how you did. Good luck. If you haven't done so already, now is an excellent time to click the button that says Submit Answers. Your countdown timer is happening any moment here. We've got some questions here about which name, if they have multiple names, really any of their names are going to get you the point as long as it's accurate. And once again, it has to be the character in the frame that transforms. All right, click Submit. We'll see how you did in just a moment. I have some answers for you all from this picture round. Movie transformations, looking for the name of the character. Image number 1 from The Mask. That character is Stanley Ipkiss. Stanley Ipkiss. Image number 2. It is RoboCop himself, Alex J. Murphy. If you put Murphy, RoboCop, some combination of those things, you're going to get the point there. Or just RoboCop. Sure, he does go by that. Number 3, that's Cogsworth from Beauty and the Beast. Cogsworth. Image number 4, it's Mystique Raven Darkholm, if you are feeling very specific here. Mystique. Image number 5 from the Twilight franchise, that is Jacob, the one who has transformed in that image. Number 6 from the Shrek universe, it's Princess Fiona. Number 7 from the Harry Potter universe, that is Professor McGonagall. Minerva McGonagall. Image number 8. Yes, it is the mother from Brave, voiced by Emma Thompson. The character's name, this was a tough one, Queen Eleanor. Eleanor, your answer. Tough. Some of you got it, though. Number 9, another Pixar movie. That one is from the family The Incredibles. It's Jack. And number 10, it's The Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner. Any combination of Hulk, Bruce Banner, you're going to get a point there. Let's see how you all did on the picture round. Our tiebreaker question coming at you in just a moment here. As always, your tiebreaker is going to have a number as an answer. And as you enter in your response, your goal is to guess as closely as you can to the correct number, meaning you can guess over or under the number. In the event that you're part of a tie, whoever is closer is going to break that tie. Stick around, everybody. The movie quiz is coming up momentarily. First, here's that tiebreaker. Give us your best guess. How much money in USD did the 1994 movie The Mask earn at the worldwide box office in total? If your team ended up in a tie and you're in the top 15 or so teams here this evening, we will post the results of these tiebreakers over on our Instagram at NYC Trivia League. So keep an eye out to see what ended up happening here tonight. The 1994 movie The Mask made how much money at the worldwide box office? It made $351,620,129. That does bring us to the end of tonight's quiz. Reminder, folks, there is no virtual game 1 week from now. So that's Wednesday, the 7th of August. But we'll be back. I hope you'll be back with me on Wednesday, the 14th of August, right here at quiz.nyctrivialeague.com at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Let's head on over to the winner's circle and see what happened here tonight. Finishing up the quiz this evening in a tie for 15th place with 34 points, Lewis Hamilton's Bucket Hat, Team 578, and Not Enough Urkels. Tied in 12th with 35, Chi-Chi's Forever, Nidhogg, and the Rubber Yolks. In 36th place tonight, we have the couchiest Nando, finishing up the quiz here this evening with 37 points. In 10th place, pieced it together, tied in 4th with 38, the Ghost Cat, Moose and Squirrel, 2 for the drinks, 2 for the snacks, the Helsinki Syndrome, We Drink and We Know Things 12, and We Drink and We Know Things 69. And we've got a 3-way tie for the lead here this evening. 39 out of a possible 40 points. Congratulations go to Platinum Stance, the Quizlamic State, and Why Not Zoidberg. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I've been Meredith from NYC Trivia League and Quiz Night America. Thank you so much to Peter and the rest of the writing team for helping to put together tonight's game. Thank you so much to Cullen for helping to create all of this. And thank you to Merv for making the software that you all played the quiz on here tonight. Stick around. Head on over to play.themoviequiz.com. It's starting right now. Good night, everyone.